All right, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to 144,000 and all the Akim, and the rest of the elect. This lesson is just going to be comparing the an Awl to the Charax, which is part of the root word for charagma in Revelation 13:16. And this is just a quick video of me demonstrating using an awl. Like a few days ago, I was stitching up one of my gloves, and this just had, the idea for this lesson has been on my mind for a few days, and Lord willing, this is edifying. But here I'm using this awl, stitching up this a hole in the glove. Basically, this is just a needle and a string that you can stitch up different material with. But the point being, the awl is going to be the delivery agent for the charagma for the MOTB. This is Exodus, because in ancient times and still today, the awl is still used, but it has different purposes. But the ultimate purpose, or the end goal, is this to puncture a hole. So this is Exodus 21, and I'm going to start at verse 5. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, or unto the door post, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. So this time in the law, if you had the Israelite had servants, and there was a certain time period that they would serve, and afterward they would go free, but they wouldn't take anything with them. So if that servant, wanted to keep his family or loved his master, he would go and stay with him, and his master would bore a hole in his ear. So let me get this word for he would bore a hole in his ear with an awl. So let me get this word awl. This is H4836 Martazah, or Maratazah, but Martazai, Slacky. And it's let me get the biblical usage. It's an awl, or a boring instrument. And so I'll just get here, just quick Google. This is normally what it looked like, and you see the shape of it. What you have today, what modern day things you have, is a needle or a syringe. But this would be used, says, a pointed tool for marking surfaces or making small holes. So this you would use, even tattoo guns, modern instruments, but it's for marking surfaces. And what is the charagma going to be used for marking people? It's going to make a hole in you. Anyway, continuing on. This is Revelation chapter 13, Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Let me read that again. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So you're not going to be able to buy or sell unless you had this mark. Basically, you're not going to be able to survive in this society. So let me get this here. This is selected. This should be Charax, or not Charax, Charagma. Which is G5480 Charagma. Let me go to the info. It says a scratch or etching stamp as a badge of servitude or sculpted figure, graven mark. So let me get this word scratch, because what's the all is going to be using. Oh, never mind. This is going to pull up a bunch of other stuff. That's a part of being in Esau's world. You look up stuff and it has a bunch of unrelated information to what you're looking up. This is an etching, which is a type of artwork, but I'm going to use this this definition for this other type of artwork here. It says that etching is an intaglio printmaking process in which lines or areas are incised using acid into a metal plate in order to hold the ink. But let me get that word, incised. But you see here, this is basically. Let me get that word, incised. It's going to bother me. Incise, it means to cut into. So it's like they use this to cut into the metal, and then they added some acid to make the line stay. But the point being is that it's cutting into something. It has to cut into you. Look at this word stamp. So you see here, you have different types of stamps. And it's going to have all kinds of different information on it. They have one in particular, like this one here. It says your name here. So in that microchip, the micro C chip, it's going to have information in it. But so let me get here. The scratch, etching, stamp as a badge of servitude. Let's get this word, the next word in here. This is Charax. It says the sharpen from G5482 Charax. To sharpen to a point through the idea of scratching. So this is going to be the delivery agent, and this is what's related to the awl. It says a pail, a stake, a palisade. Let me get this. Oh, that's not what I want. Yeah, fat fingers or something. There it goes. Okay. I just looked the word up and I don't. Here we go. Stake. See, like right here is to a point. It's the same thing as the that awl that I was looking at. The needle. So it's going to be, basically it's sharpened to a point to deliver it to break through your skin, to leave the mark. The Palisade. Let's get that, because it's gonna. Now they got a car called a Palisade, but that's not what you want. This is referring to a wall. So you see here, well, this is a game thing. See here, this Palisade, they have points on the end. So it's telling you that this thing is it's gonna be a needle that goes into you. That's the delivery agent to mark slaves. I probably clicked off that too quick. So that's what a stake or palisade, a rampart, that's what that is. And then we'll go to this last word here, grapho. It says G1125, and this is let me see. Let me get the. It says to grave, especially to write, figuratively to describe, but this is literally. This isn't a spiritual mark. This is to write, to form or produce written letters, words, or sentences, and this is going to be what's in you, information. Describe, to convey in words the appearance, nature, attributes, etc. of something. So it's going to have all your information in there, whether it's banking, your name, information, your social, whatever it's going to have in there. It's going to have all your information. You're not going to be able to, in this new system that's coming, you're not going to be able to survive in the society without it. So that's enough of that. I'm going to get the commentary real quick. This is from the Bible Hub, and this is the Barnes notes on the Bible. And I'm just going to jump down because this all was a symbol, or not a symbol. It was a tool used to mark slaves. And this charagma, charax, and grapho are all, the charax being the delivery agent, the grapho being the information, the marking. All this together is to mark and brand slaves. So all that's going to be a part of this beast system. This is to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. The word here rendered mark, charagma, occurs only in one place in the New Testament, except I'm just going to jump down. It means something graven, sculpture, or mark, cut in or stamped as a stamp on a coin. It shows you all that information. The stamp on a coin denotes, whose face is on it, how much the money is worth, when it was printed, it has the information on that stamp. Applied to people, it was used to denote some stamp or mark on the hand or elsewhere, as in the case of a servant on whose hand or arm the name of the master was impressed, or of a soldier on whom some mark was impressed, denoting the company or phalanx to which he belonged. So that stamp provides information. That mark will provide information, like how it did in the ancient days. It was no uncommon thing to mark slaves or soldiers in this way. And his soldiers, were they not hired in slaves? So that's small and great, in some sense. And the design was either to denote their ownership or rank, or to prevent their escaping so as not to be detected. So the mark here not only is it's gonna denote the ownership, who owns you, the beast system, the NWO, your rank in the society, because it's also going to be, from what China's doing, it's going to be here too. Is the social credit score, or to prevent their escaping so as not to be detected. They had that movie, Minority Report. They showed that in there where Tom Cruise, he got that the eye transplant, and when he walked into that, I can't remember what the store was. Anyway, he walked into a store, and immediately when he walked in, the store had identified him as somebody else and brought up all the information, what he was interested in, what that other man was interested in. So everywhere you go is going to be tracked. They even have that today with the I can't remember the store. Is it Amazon one? Is it, or is it Whole Foods? It's through Amazon, but they have it to where you go in the store, you don't have to pay for anything there, but when you go in there, it already tracks your movement, what you're buying, whatever you picked up, and you can just walk out of the store with it. They have different biometrics in there. But continuing on, most of us have seen such marks made on the hands or arms of sailors, in which, by a voluntary tattooing, their names or the names of their vessels were written, or the figure of an anchor or some other device was indelibly made by punctures in the skin and by inserting some kind of coloring matter. So, it's an identifying mark. Let me jump down a bit. That is, the name or the number was indelibly inscribed either on the hand or forehead, as to show that he who bare it pertained to the beast and was subject to his authority, as a slave is to his master, or a soldier to his commander. So I'm done with that one. So it's a sign. It's a mark. As it's saying, it's a mark. You're branded. You get this micro C hip inserted in you. You're now branded. You're part of this beast system, the NWO. You're going along with it. You're down with it. You're a slave to the world. Whereas the men of the Lord, we're slaves to Yahushai. This is the Jameson Fawcett Brown Bible commentary. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It says, to receive a mark, literally, which is what the men of GMS and the men of that are associated with them say. Literally, that they should give them a mark, such as a brand, as a master stamp on their slaves, and monarchs on their subjects. Soldiers voluntarily punctured their arms with marks of the general under whom they served. Votaries of idols branded themselves with the idol cipher or symbols. Thus, Antiochus Epiphanes branded the Jews, or the Israelites, or the Jews, with the ivy leaf, the symbol of Bacchus. Contrast uh, the Most High's seal and name in the foreheads of his servants. So, you had Ezekiel 9. They didn't mention that. But let me see the word prostration. Oh, that's right. I'm not on the Google. Okay. But hey, I think the point's been made. This all. Oh, you know what? I got another one. Let me go back to this. So, being that this whole lesson is centered around the Awl and the Charax, the delivery agent for the micro C hip, there it is right there. There's that chip. These are, and they test all this stuff on animals first. Everything that they do, they test it on animals first. From food, shampoos, chemicals, drugs. And they got the people to micro C hip their animals so they could track them in case they run away, get lost, somebody steals them. They want to try it on your kids in case your kids run away, somebody steals them, they get lost. You can find out where they are. So comparing to all these things, you see it. Hey, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm gonna say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. Shalom.